Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Life and Drawing podcast. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about it's time to lose weight. I am going to click the timer, 12-minute timer. Uh, so it's what? It's January 14th, and um, this is episode 7. And so I was trying to think of a topic for this episode, and initially it felt like it was similar to the New Year's resolution episode, and I wasn't sure if I should have gone with it, but anyway, just what I felt like talking about, and so here goes. So I want to change this nib. Well, not necessarily change it, but I want to adjust it so that I like the free flowing of it, but there's certain things I want to adjust and alter, and so that's that for my my brush nib. So losing weight. I am overweight by let me see. Well, if I was to go by the median weight for my height and all that ratio, I'm probably 100 pounds overweight. So I'm like 285. I think my ideal weight's supposed to be 180, I think it is, for a 6 foot male. And so, but I try to comfort myself to say, hey, I have heavy bones, big boned it, whatever. What am I drawing? um, but yes, I need to lose weight. There have been circumstances that have caused me to fall off track, and I just need to not allow that to become a crutch. And so, but life happens, and we got to be able to adjust to that and then move on. So, first thing, be honest. We have to be honest with ourselves that hey, we're overweight, and and we just need to change that. And so, and that's important because otherwise, we will continue to, just make excuses and create. What's the word I'm looking for? You guys know what I'm looking for. Someone is like, this is the word you're looking for. We're create crutches, and simply put, just more excuses to validate why we're overweight and perhaps why we don't need to, stress too much about it because, it's not entirely our fault, and we don't need to give ourselves such a hard time. And I think in some instances that can be right, but in others that can be a real easy way to perpetuate us being overweight. And so and we need to be careful with that, because otherwise there won't be any growth, and there'll always be some form of an excuse to validate why we're overweight, and you don't want to do that, because you won't ever move on and make the changes that you need to make to improve and change your current state. So we have to be honest with ourselves. We have to be able to look into the proverbial mirror and say, damn, okay, I need to do something different. And that leads into step number 2, taking realistic measures to lose the weight. And unlike one of my sisters who could eat anything, and even still to this day, I mean, her metabolism is just on a whole different level. And so she's a mother of several kids, and she still looks like her 18-year-old athletic self. It's crazy. And then, so some, it's genetics. And then on top of that, I mean, she purposed to eat well also, but some folks, we have to watch what we eat, because if we don't, we will explode. And that's the category I fall into. Like, if I work out, if I'm disciplined, I can keep off the weight and I could manage a weight level. But if I just shoot the breeze and I'm like, whatever, get lazy, become complacent, then yeah, I'm gonna definitely put on the weight easily. And so and I've sometimes, many times, I've fallen down into that trap of saying, you know what, I've lost it before and it's easy, and I've used that to cheat on meals and cheat on not working out, because I'm like, once I get serious, give me 3 months and I'll be back. And I'm at the point where I'm like, oh, this is going to take more than 3 months. And so taking the realistic steps, I believe, would be, changing things that you can immediately. One can just be the portions of what you would normally eat. And so let's say in your household, you normally go for seconds. Then maybe just stick to one serving. And this is you still eating what you would normally eat, but you're eating one serving less. So instead of going for seconds during supper, dinner time, you're just eating that one serving, that one plate. You're not going back for extra rice or extra chicken, extra meat, whatever, an extra bowl of soup. It's just a one-off. And I think that's doable. Everyone can do that. And I believe if you purpose to do that, those are really realistic steps I believe you can take. And then you'll begin to see and feel the changes. You won't feel as full and bloated. I don't know where I heard this from, but someone was just making a comparison between, I live in the U.S., I'm an American citizen, so they're just making a comparison between Western cultures and how they eat. That the tendency is for us to eat until we're full, and then in certain third world countries, uh, they eat to not be hungry. And so they just eat enough that, hey, I'm not hungry anymore, I'm good. um, and and that's so true, because many times we eat and it's like, hey, I can eat some more, and it's not that we're hungry, it's just that we want to stuff ourselves. And granted, sometimes the food is just so good and tasty, you just you just want to enjoy it again, but we don't have to. And that's how we fall into trap and becoming overweight, because we're stuffing ourselves, so we're just expanding our stomachs, and each time we just stuff ourselves, we enlarge our stomachs more and more to take in more and more food, and so the the saga of overeating just proliferates, and then we find ourselves 100 pounds over what our median weight should be. um, I don't know where I'm going with this sketch. And so take realistic steps. I only have 43 seconds before the sound. So realistic steps. So shortening your portions, your servings, and then after you get comfortable with that, then address the portions. You know, so if your one serving was 3 spoons of rice, let's shorten it to 2 spoons. If you had, 2 cups of juice or soda, bring it down to 1 cup. And then eventually start moving from soda to water, or even, folks say no, don't drink. There we go. Don't drink juice because there's sugar in juice, but and that's true. But just find some low calorie, I guess, sugar based drink that's not on the same level as soda. Because it's all about gradual. Because not everyone can do something cold turkey and just simply just stop on a dime and then change their nutrition. But nutrition is such a vital part in losing weight, and so you want to be able to get to that point as soon as you possibly can, because that's going to help a lot. And then thirdly, be consistent. If you're just going to start with your nutrition, and notice I haven't said anything about exercise, probably leave that for the next episode. I don't want to make this out to be like a nutritional training podcast, but I don't know, could be a mini series, I guess. But just being consistent, and I think being realistic with your approach sets you up to be more consistent, right? So you're not saying, hey, no more bread, no more milk, cold turkey, and as I mentioned just moments ago, some folks are able to do that. Some folks are able to just, just on, just, flip a switch, and it's like, nope, not eating this anymore, not eating any more chips. It's not even a portion thing. They're just like, chips are dead to me. No more chips. And I always think that's super amazing, but most folks aren't that way, and so that's not super realistic. So give yourself realistic goals to meet. Look at your servings, then your portions, then the type of food you're eating, switching those out, swapping out soda for a more like fruit based drink. And if you want to get to where it's just water, then you just gradually take those steps, and then that way your body is gradually adjusting to this new energy source, and it gives your body a chance to be like, hey, okay, this is new, this is different. Okay, I can deal with this. Because at first, your body will fight against like, oh, hey, what's happening? Usually I eat 2 servings. Now it's just 1, but then that's not a huge of a shock as, hey, I'm just eating lettuce, and so. And then it builds confidence too, because you're like, hey, you know what? I'm not feeling as stuff. I can still move around. I don't feel lethargic. I have energy, and I'm full. I say full, but like I'm satisfied, and I'm not full. I can eat, but I don't need to, and so that builds. So those small little victories. So have those small little victories, and it'll make a huge difference when you have those small little victories in your journey in our journey to lose the weight that we have. And so yeah, so with that, first step, be honest. Hey, I'm overweight. I need to do something about it. Take the steps in dealing with it, realistic steps that you can measure and accomplish. And then thirdly, be consistent with it. And so, and that's one of the most challenging parts, keeping it going. And that's why you want to set yourself up to succeed. It's going to help you achieve those goals that much more. And so with that, guys, thanks for listening and tuning in to Life and Drawing podcast. And be sure to smash that like button. I need to get as much subscribers as I possibly can. Let's shoot for 20 subscribers. I think I have 4, and I think we can improve that. So let's do it. We can do it. So yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com, Mishlo Lully. Also subscribe to, subscribe. You can follow me on Facebook, facebook.com, Mishlo Comics. And appreciate your financial support, and patreon.com/Mishlo Lully as well. And so thanks again for taking this time of viewing. Hope you have a great day, depending on when you're listening to this. And we'll see you next time. Peace.